My name is Heidi Zepeda, and I am co-owner of Tortilleria Zepeda, located here in lovely Lone Rock, Wisconsin.
Mi nombre es Julian Zepeda y soy co-dueño de Tortilleria Zepeda y mi principal rol es ser molinero. Yo me encargo de moler el maíz y de hacer la masa para las tortillas.
My name is Wepking. We're at Meadowlark Organics Farm and Meadowlark Community Mill right up the hill. And we're about 1,000-acre, give or take, diversified organic grain farm, being in the driftless that is highly erodible and hilly. It's between being organic and then having the value added with the flour mill allows us to have a lot more diversity in the rotation and in the farm, which lets us farm a lot more sustainably on these slopes.
When we started, practically was just by my need for good Mexican food. I was never expecting to start a business, so I just started missing Mexican food. And I decided to start making my own food, and the most important part of the Mexican food is the tortilla. I was just doing everything by hand in my kitchen when we still have jobs. I'm originally a scientist, I'm a marine biologist. I used to work in a lab. So at the time I was just making tortillas for me and sharing with friends and neighbors. And suddenly I was enjoying it that much. Then I said, wow, I think I want to do this for a living.
We're doing the practices of what these Mesoamerican cultures did 4,000 years ago, where you use the grains of the land that you're on. It's really important to us that we work with Wisconsin farmers. You know, that might eventually grow to some other Midwest farmers, but keeping it local and keeping it regional is really important for us and for our identity, and to support one another.
Masa production, especially the way they and the other small masa producers around the area are doing it, where they're doing, fresh whole kernel corn into masa, ground wet, made into tortillas right away without the process of making, industrial masa harina flour, and all of that is a really great thing. And there's a lot of potential for it for corn staying local. But for now, them and others, it's they're a fledgling kind of insurgent, wonderful business, and we want to be a part of that as they grow. And so for now, it's not a huge amount of corn compared to the corn that we produce, but it's a really critically important relationship.
We really put, Wisconsin corn to the test of, can this make a good, authentic Mexican corn tortilla, right? Grown right here in Wisconsin. So what Julian did was make a batch of tortillas with this great organic white corn from Meadowlark Organics, packaged up the tortillas, brought it down with him to Mexico, and had his grandma and his father and brother and mom sample it.
I think that was one of the, something to make us believe that we are making a good product. That was our first test, because my family is really honest. They would have said if something was wrong or they didn't like it. And my grandma, my brother and sister were there, my dad, my mom. And they all tried and they thought, wow, this is really good.
Being an organic farm was basically a prerequisite to us farming at all. Like, if I wasn't farming organically, I wouldn't be a farmer. It allows us to be stewards, as we attempt to be stewards as much as we are farmers. And I think it's probably the best way on this landscape in this little corner of the world to try to farm in a way that's going to improve soil and not be extractive.
The tortilla business has opened the door of meeting so many like-minded people with the same food philosophy, the same agriculture philosophy.
Something that is really important is to have and be part of a healthy food system, and knowing who is growing where you're eating and knowing who is processing the food that you're eating is so important. To consume local, to know that the food that you're eating is passing for just a few hands.
Together we can all support each other. That's when change can happen and movement can happen. But if we're all individually just doing our own thing in the corner in the dark, how can a food revolution happen if we're just working independently?